I'm Jim Preston, and I want to introduce you to the Klondike Bluff Trails. Where are we here? We're north of Moab. This is 191. Moab's like 15 miles south of here, something like that. And the airport is right over here, so this is like across from the airport. And we have two entrances, the south entrance down here, the north entrance up here. And we have a lot of beginner, intermediate type terrain with, there'll be some advanced along the trails, but a lot of the trail is intermediate with just a few little spots where, a low to mid intermediate may want to walk. The rest of us, can probably ride that stuff. But, there's a few little challenges, that's for sure, in every one of these. So, I want to mention about the maps. Is the maps are $2 to $3 in the local bike stores. They go to the proceeds, support the trail workers, Trail Mix, and Bureau of Land Management, and the Moab Trails Alliance. They put these trails together for us. They do a lot of the maintenance and work, and the map proceeds do it. So please buy proceeds for your friends, relatives, your grandfather, whatever. But they give you some good information too. That's on the apps. The smartphone apps isn't quite as nice as what these are. So let's take a look what we've got. Let's go with the north end first, because I think a lot of us really kind of like the north end a little more, although the south end's got some great stuff. So you can come in on this road, and it's a mud mess if it's been raining, so maybe avoid that. The south end's a better access if it's been raining. You can park at this parking lot, which is very common, and this road out here can be kind of rough. The four-wheelers tear it up when it's been muddy, and it's a pain even sometimes when it's dry. So it depends. If a grader's been through, it'll be okay, but most likely you're going to hit some big ruts, and possibly big ruts and big mud to get out to this trail. This is a popular trailhead, but to get out there, it's not always worth it. So if you're concerned about that, low clearance car, whatever, then just ride, this stuff out there. Or you can just ride to here, and then you can cut across. There's just ways of getting over there without. I guess you can't cut across here yet, but you can cut across down here and then ride in that way. So this is fun. This is all really fun beginner trails all through here. Actually, those beginner trails, they go all the way down here. You get an evening ride for somebody who doesn't really want to push it very hard, is to do some kind of thing like this, Dino Flow or whatever, or to come up into here. So let's say we're going to go out of this trailhead, although you can go out of this one also. This one has a better road. There's people camping up here. There's toilets up here. And some people prefer to come up here and then do this whole thing. But I think a lot of us actually prefer to be here. So you come to here and you can climb baby steps, but that's kind of hard actually. It's a little more fun to come down. Then there's mega steps, which is the main access up. Most of us seem to be climbing mega steps, or we'll take Dynaflow, and we'll come over here or up here, and we'll go around this way and then down mega steps or down baby steps. I mean, the loops in here, and it doesn't really matter which way you go. It's going to be fun. You still got to climb, and it's not all that great. It's kind of steep in places, but you've got a long climb up here, but you've got these amazing descents. Either way, it's amazing descents. I kind of tend to go this way more often, and then down here and Nome and so forth, and drop down here to Denaflow. But take a choice, do both, whatever. So let's say we just go up this way, and then we cut over here along Alaska. Now this is where it's really exciting along here. This is really amazing. One thing is the big views down through Salt Valley and over towards Arches. It's tremendous views. And it's also, you've got some gnarly stuff on the edge of a cliff to ride there. It's technical. I would say upper intermediate and up is fine. Lower than that, probably end up walking at least the first couple of times doing this until you get this in your head a bit. And then as you drop down through here, there's also some technical here and there, but there's also just a whole lot of ramp slick rock that you're just rolling this stuff. It's so beautiful. And then you get down in the canyons here, washes and so forth, and cut around. Now those pretty easy riding down through here. A few little spots, but not much. So to make it a little bit longer, you can loop up, or you can loop this way. I mean, just do whatever. There's no real preferred routes anywhere over here. But I do want to mention that Dino Flow is a terrific trail. It runs all along here, and it's intermediate, mostly intermediate, with some pretty good gnarly spots here and there to get your attention. That's for sure. And a few little steep climbs, but they're short, very short little steep climbs. It's really nice. EKG running along here is well, EKG. It's like up and down, like an EKG scope would show you in a medical facility. So it's pretty. It can be pretty gnarly. Maybe not for most people, but a lot of exercise here anyway. So once you've got used to the rocks and you're pretty good at it, then sure, try EKG. But otherwise, Dynaflow is really fun and a little more relaxing experience. So that pretty well covers, the north end up here. You can climb either way, don't forget that. Now let's go down to the south end. We come in on the south end, a little better access during the rain. You can park here, and then there's a Jeep road here. This is a big sand pit in here, especially right in here, big sand pit. So you don't want to be going through that. So they built us a really nice trail that climbs up a bit here and then drops down through here and gets around all of that. Then you just ride the road out. Now here's where you can pick up Jurassic for some very easy riding. See, Jurassic, very nice. Or you can climb up this way. Now the old way was to take the Jeep roads around and get up here on the old Jeep roads, the old Jeep road here, and just ride around on the slick rock. Well, they want us to stay on the trails now, so we're not supposed to just go riding around the slick rock anymore. Probably because there's dinosaur tracks out there and they don't want us screwing around with them. Actually, these little stars here, this is where shows dino tracks are located. So you can go visit, the ones that are there. So they're probably not going to show us like a really good one out here someplace. Anyway, they don't want us out here. But if we go up here, you can climb. I like to climb right like this. I see on the outside usually, and climb all the way up and all through. There's a bunch of little trails here. They go off in different directions. You loop in different directions. You can climb in different directions. It doesn't matter. No preferred routes. People sometimes have a preference, but usually not. And you get out here to baby steps. See, there's baby steps here, north, baby steps here, south. Could be a little confusing. The shoe step is where I go down it. But then you come up here to UFO and you can come all the way around here like this, or cut in like this and then go around. I mean, it's just all kinds of different ways of going. This is pretty fun, coming around over here, dropping down, taking EKG back, or if you've just had enough, come down here to Dynaflow and take that back. Of course, if you've really had enough, you can come down here and take the Jeep road through here. But there's some sand traps. So there's many options right here, and I think that should answer most of your questions about the area. Is what you can do, as far as what do you climb, what do you descend, climb anything, descend anything. They're all great in all directions. It all works. So that's Klondike Bluff.